Shalom. I want to start off by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom to you men and you women out there who's doing this work diligently and chiefly keeping the faith, making your calling and your election sure. We're going to get right into it. This is another addition to the speed read series that I'm doing on the channel. Breaking news. Russia has attacked Ukraine. Okay. They have invaded Ukraine. This is the latest news on it. Of course, I'm not going to go and start recording videos and things like that because YouTube going to strike my channel. But what we're going to do is speed read over the several different topics, probably go into an article and then wrap this up, bring out precepts too as well, wrap this up. Hopefully this is edifying. Let's start from the top. It says live updates. Russia invades Ukraine. Now, this is 4 minutes ago. It says Russia and Ukraine news and video. So this is what you can click on to get more information on why Putin is attacking Ukraine and what United States is doing to help Ukraine, right? You can get all the information from these different sources. Right here it says Russia intends to replace Ukraine government. U.S. official says Russia launches invasion of Ukraine. All right. Russia troops break into Kyiv region. NATO to deploy extra forces in Eastern Europe. Okay, so this is what's happening around the world right now, man. All right. People are going to war. Russia has successfully attacked and invaded Ukraine. All right. It says Russia invades Ukraine, live updates. All right. Let me see here. See if I can go to something. Now, let's answer these questions here. It says, who is attacking Ukraine? It says Russian forces destroyed more than 70 military targets in Ukraine, including 11 airfields, 3 command points, and a naval base. The Russian Defense Ministry said in a statement on Thursday, Russia shelled more than a dozen cities and towns. Let's read that again. All right. It says Russian forces destroyed more than 70 military targets in Ukraine. So they're strategically targeting their military operations. All right. It says including 11 airfields, 3 command points, and a naval base. See, this is what Russia is doing over in Ukraine as we speak. Attacking their military strong points, trying to take over Ukraine as a strategical point for Russia. Okay. This is what you see in happening. All right. They have officially started war with Ukraine. OK. And let's see what's up real quick. Something just came to my mind and we're going to look it up real quick. Now, let's look at the allies of the Ukraine, right? What countries are allied with Ukraine? It says it is the second largest country by area in Europe after Russia, which it borders to the east and northeast. Ukraine also shares borders with Belarus to the north, Poland, Slovakia, and Hungary to the west, Romania, and... Okay, that's not what I want. I want to know the allies of Ukraine. The United States enjoys cordially friendly and strategic relations with Ukraine and attaches great importance to the success of Ukraine's transition to a democracy with a flourishing market economy. Let's see. So United States is an ally to Ukraine. So more than likely, they're going to be brought into this war. Okay. Let's see. See, it's information that they don't want to show you. It should be simple. if I pull up Russia allies, it's gonna pull up. If I pull up United States allies, it's gonna pull up. All right, but somehow, some way, I gotta go and search for the allies of Ukraine. Give me a list, please. I just clicked on a list, and it took me back to the Russia's ally list. Let me go back. Okay, hold on. See, you will go and look for some information in Google to take you somewhere else. You're literally seeing me push the allies of Ukraine, but then they take you to a whole different fucking rabbit hole. All right? Only thing I want to know is, who are Ukraine allies? Okay, it says Ukraine maintains peaceful and constructive relations with all its neighbors. It had especially close ties with Russia and Poland. Relations with the former are complicated by energy dependence and by payment arrears. Let me see. Okay, so they're not giving me the actual information that I want. Typically, when you look for information as far as the allies of different nations, it'll pop up. It'll show you specifically who are their allies. But at this moment in time, I guess since this war is happening, they don't want to reveal the allies of Ukraine. All right? Because I'm constantly clicking. Okay, let's go into deep. It says, is Ukraine an ally of NATO? On June 12, 2020, Ukraine joined NATO's Enhanced Opportunity Partner Interoperability Program. According to an official NATO statement, the new status does not prejude any decisions on NATO membership. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back to the topic at hand now, because that's a whole rabbit hole they're trying to lead you through into and shit that's going off a topic. I just wanted to know who were the allies of Ukraine. That's simple, but of course they trying to hide that information. Well, Russia is not an ally. We know that because they just bombed their ass, destroyed 11 airfields. You know, they're taking out military operations. So we know Russia is not an ally. United States is an ally. That's why they're so hell-bent on covering this information and talking about this topic, because they're going to be eventually brought into this war. All right? You have to understand something. About 30 years ago, Ukraine was a nuclear missiles place. It was a nuclear missile spot. All right? But what happened? They gave up their nuclear missiles. All right? They gave up their nuclear missiles, and now they're left defenseless. Okay? Defenseless against those who have nuclear missiles. All right? It says, let's go down. It says, what part of Ukraine did Russia evade? This is a quick read. It's not going to be a long lesson. It says, Ukrainian military forces. In February and March 2014, Russia invaded and subsequently annexed the Crimean Peninsula from Ukraine. This event took place in the aftermath of the Revolution of Dignity and is part of the wider Russo-Ukrainian conflict. Okay, so Russia been messing with Ukraine back since 2014. Shows you how war is long gone. You know, it's not quick. All right. Right here it says, why there is war between Russia and Ukraine? Let's see. It says the war has centered on the status of Crimea and parts of Donbas, which are intentionally recognized as part of Ukraine. Tensions between Russia and Ukraine erupted especially from 2021 to 2022, when it became apparent that Russia was considering launching a military invasion of Ukraine. Okay. You see, it said back in 2012, it said, well, they were part of NATO. They joined NATO. Slovakia. Let me go back to it. Yeah, it's not in 2012. It says on June 12th, 2020, Ukraine joined NATO. All right. Now let's go back over to here. Ukraine was once part of Russia. All right. It says Ukraine officially declared itself an independent country on August 24th, 1991, when the Communist Supreme Soviet Parliament of Ukraine proclaimed that Ukraine would no longer follow the laws of USSR and only the laws of the Ukrainian SSR, de facto declaring Ukraine's independence from the Soviet Union. You see, so, hey, what Russia is doing is trying to take its property back. All right, Russia is trying to get his land back, get all his power back from Ukraine. Okay, Ukraine was once a part of Russia, but declared its independence in 1991. All right, and then on top of that, to add insult to injury, you're gonna join NATO, Russia's enemy. All right, if you look at a map, Ukraine is real close to Russia. Okay, all right, and what this place have done was separate itself from Russia back in 1991, declared itself an independent nation, an independent country, and then back in 2020, June 12th, joined the NATO, Russia's enemy. Okay? This is what you have to understand. Hey, the bear is not playing, especially after United States pulled out of Russia. That showed weakness. So Russia like, okay, this is our time to strike. Okay? It says, let's get some more. You see, yeah, this is a quick read, all right? This is not nothing that's going to be too deep, okay? This is just letting you know, hey, Russia has invaded Ukraine, has successfully attacked Ukraine, destroying military operation bases. Let me see something. I'm looking for a specific article. Slovakia. Okay, let's click it right here. This is what I'm looking for. It says Russia launches massive invasion of Ukraine. All right, that's 2 hours ago. It says the EU has said it is prepared to host refugees fleeing the Russian invasion as the West prepares further sanctions on Moscow. All right, Ukraine has reported Russian troops attacking from multiple directions. DW has the latest. It says Ukraine says Russia has launched a full-scale attack from multiple directions. Blasts have struck cities across Ukraine, including Kyiv. NATO to further bolster air, land, sea defenses on its eastern bank. So it's showing you what's happening. The Soviet Union versus NATO. World War III is coming into effect, slowly but surely. Okay? Because with Russia attacking this small country who has many allies, it's going to bring those allies into this battle. Okay? It's going to be ushering in a World War III. And by the allies joining into the battle, so like by Ukraine allies joining into the battle, guess what? Putin, Russia got allies too. Okay? So that's going to force Russia allies to come into the battle. All right? And then before you know it, it's that World War III. Okay? But we're on the brink of it. We're at the beginning stages of it. Okay? It says Germany, the U.S., and the EU have all vowed more sanctions against Russia. Germany, the U.S., and the EU, the European Union, is filled with several European countries that are allies with Ukraine. Okay? It says EU says it will welcome refugees from Ukraine. It says, let's continue on. It says Russian President Vladimir Putin has reintroduced war to the European continent. The leaders of the G7, Slovakia, The leaders of the G7 said in a joint statement following a virtual meeting on Thursday, they strongly condemn Russia's invasion of Ukraine, saying it was a serious threat to the rules-based international order, with ramifications well beyond Europe. Okay, so this is what they're saying. They're saying Russia, has broken the rules of war. They have attacked Ukraine unprovoked. All right, but guess what? Hey, when you sitting on the most nuclear warheads, when you feel that that you're the number one country in the world, when you're filled with pride, hey, you're gonna do things like this. Okay, this is the mindset of Russia. They feel like they should run the earth. Okay, Putin feel like he should be the supreme government, not the United States. All right, so this is what's taking place. Hey, guess what? China feel the same way. So these people is going to fight for dominance. These people are going to fight each other thinking that they have a chance to rule next. But then the Lord is going to come and sideswipe them with the host of heaven. All right? And destroy their ass. And the kingdom will be translated to the righteous. The kingdom will be translated to the Israelites, not these other nations, man. Okay? So these people are causing this to happen. All right. And ultimately, it's the Lord that's causing this to happen. It says they said Putin put himself on the wrong side of history and called on Russia to stop the bloodshed, to immediately de-escalate and to withdraw its forces from Ukraine. So this is what they're asking them to do. It says the group of 7 industrialized nations plans to bring forward severe and coordinated economic and financial sanctions against Moscow. All right, so they're finna try to target their money. Okay, but listen, Russia is prepared for this. All right, the Lord is causing the bear to arise and fuck with the eagle. Okay, this is what's happening. It says the G7 leaders also said they were closely monitoring volatile oil and gas markets and standing ready to act as needed to address potential disruptions. Markets take a hit. Oil prices skyrocket. It says on Thursday morning, the price of Brent crude topped 100 per barrel. By the afternoon, Brent prices cruised past 105 per barrel for the first time since 2014. So this war is causing money to rise. Remember, the elders and apostles always like to tell us and always like to say that every war is a banker's war. Okay? Who bounds to profit? Well, I believe it's pre bono. Who benefits from this? And it's the bankers. They get richer during war, man. Okay, nobody makes money during peace. The most money is made during war. Okay, it says stock markets nosedived. Germany's DAX index plummeted by more than 5%, diving to around 13,870 points, its biggest daily dip in around 2 years. Our worst fears have been realized, said portfolio manager Thomas Altman from QC Partners in Frankfurt. There is war raging in Europe. Gold, a classic safe haven investment, also rose in value, approaching $2,000 per troy ounce. Okay, so the gold has risen up. It says shares in Russia gas giant Gazprom. Shares in Russia gas giant Gazprom lost about a third of their value as investors anticipated further sanctions on Russia and its energy exports. All right, so they're finna try to hit Russia in its pockets. Okay. But hey, Russia been stacking up for years. They ready. Okay. It says opposition lawmaker says Germany should reconsider arms stance. All right. So it's a lot of stuff happening. It says the West failed to take President Vladimir Putin's threats against Ukraine seriously enough. Thomas Silberhorn, a German opposition lawmaker from the conservative CDU-CSU alliance, told DU. Okay. So, hey, this damn reporter right here, so like a German lawmaker. Yes, a German opposition lawmaker. All right. let DW know that the West failed to take President Vladimir's threats seriously. He said Germany should now consider sending defensive weapons to aid Ukraine. It's always legitimate to support a country which is under attack. This is the minimum we should deliver as Western liberal democracies. Silberhorn said until now, Germany had opted not to send weaponry to Ukraine on the basis that it almost never approves arms exports to active conflict zones in the era since World War II. Okay, I'm going to read that again. It says, Germany had opted not to send weaponry to Ukraine on the basis that it almost never approves arms exports to active conflict zones in the era since World War II. So Russia don't want to help. Germany don't want to help. Russia's invasion of Ukraine should provide impetus for Germany and Europe to reconsider its foreign policy. Silberhorn added, our Western foreign policy, and in particular our German foreign policy, has been focused on dialogue, which is not wrong, but which is not sufficient. We need dialogue and deterrence, and we need to do much more in Germany and in Europe to establish reliable and effective deterrence. Okay, so this is what's happening, man. Hey, Russia has literally attacked Ukraine. All hell is breaking loose in Ukraine right now as we speak. Like we read before, Russia has taken out military bases, aircraft, taking off aircraft, a lot, man. Okay. Let's see. So this is breaking news. Let's see if I can get something else. I don't think the point is made, Let's get a precept and then we're going to wrap this up. This is, let me see here. Let's look here. Salagia. Looking for a perfect precept. Okay. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16. I'm going to start at verse 70. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Okay, so listen, hey, these people are going to come down upon those who fear the Lord. Hey, that's why the famine of the word is going to exist. Okay, because they're gonna come and try to persecute the prophets for bringing forth out this message. Okay, all right, but there shall be in every place and in next cities and everywhere a great insurrection. All right, 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 72, it says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Verse 73, it says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. So when these people come down on the Lord's elect, on the Lord's people, that's when you know who the people are, when they overcome. All right, when they repent, Hey, these people gonna be like madmen, sparing none. We only give a damn about the elect. Okay, at the end of the day, all these people, they can shoot each other down in the streets. They can go to war. All praises for that. But the elect is who we're after. The elect is who we want to wake up, in these last days, right before the destruction bring forth. And it's going to happen, okay? It's not a guess in this thing, man. All right, let's get another precept. That was talking about the elect. There's another precept that I wanted. But Oh, yeah. Let me get this real quick, and then we're going to wrap this up. Isaiah 45:7. Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 7, it says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Okay, so this is what the Lord is doing. The Lord is the one who create peace. He's the one who create evil. All right, so when Ukraine got attacked by Russia, it was the Lord's doing. Okay, at the end of the day, it's all prophecy. All right, it's prophesied for the nations to fight against each other and then fight against the Lord in World War III. All right, now if you're in the military, you will have to fight against the Lord. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you join the military in hopes to try to get out of poverty, in hopes to try to get a better life and white picket fence and a fucking Mustang or a Camaro, you're going to have to fight the Lord, man. Okay? At the end of the day. So I'm going to end it by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekah Kwadash. Hopefully this was edifying. Double honors once again to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom Yasharallah. World War III is on the way. We're on the brinks of it right now as we speak. Pay attention to prophecy because they're jumping off the pages. Shalom.